Juggalos and Juggalettes, this is your big homie Big Ian coming at you again live and direct with an extra special exclusive interview with Daddy X of the Cottonmouth Kings. There's been a lot happening in the world of the Cottonmouth Kings in the last few months, and we've been trying very hard to get an interview with Daddy X, who we currently have on the line. And so X, obviously everybody knows what the subject of the hour is in the world of the Kings. And so with that in mind, I would just like to turn over the floor to you and kind of have you walk us through your side of the story of what's going on right now between Subnoize and the Cottonmouth Kings.
Yeah, absolutely no problem. First of all, Ian, it's a honor to be here and that and to talk about this because it's so important to myself and the rest of the Cottonmouth Kings and the label mates that we worked so many years with, you know. So I founded Suburban Noize in 1996 with the sole purpose of putting out Cottonmouth King records. That's why I formed the label. As we kind of progressed and started putting out records, Kevin Zinger, who was the Cottonmouth Kings manager and ran SRH Clothing, approached us, and I knew him through doing shows in the California area, so he approached us wanting to manage the band. And after getting to know him, and we went a little further and further, at first I didn't really want anyone managing the band, just because for me, in general, managers are really got to be worth their weight. You're putting a lot of trust in that person, and they got to be able to deliver something to the table. And I've been around the block a little bit, and I felt that I pretty much was handling all the management duties for Cottonmouth Kings. But then as we started rolling into touring and being on the road a lot more was involved with the management side of it. So we agreed, and Kevin Zinger started managing the Cottonmouth Kings, and before you know it, the Kings started gaining popularity, blowing up, and spreading across the country, getting fans everywhere. We did some actually the very first Cottonmouth King record was going to be a joint venture with Psychopathic. That's how far back I go with Joe and Joey, and Bill Dale and Alex was with them at the time, way back in the day. But the first record was supposed to come out on Psychopathic. I don't know if a lot of people realize that, but that was right when ICP hit their trouble with Hollywood Records. At the time, I was in a band called the Humble Gods, and that's how I met them. We're on the same label, and that's how we began our friendship. But they had their problems with Hollywood, so the timing wasn't right, and obviously the universe always works for a reason. So I said, no problem. We'll definitely. It was a good time for me, in my life, that I really wanted to start a label, and so I just started Suburban Noize, and we wound up doing a joint venture with Capitol Records and started touring nationally, and we did some early tours with ICP back in the day, and then pretty much just started grinding and building our fan base by just touring and putting out records, and it's really embracing the internet early on. There's pre-YouTube days and Twitter and Facebook for that matter, but the internet was a way for the bands to get directly to the fans without any middlemen that had been put there by the record companies for so many years, So as I saw those roadblocks start to get removed by the internet, I kind of embraced that. And of course, we still do to this day. It's the core of our business, and in that the internet. It's just a great form of communication and being able to touch a lot of people. So, to make a long story short, as Cottonmouth Kings started blowing up, SRH Clothing was Kevin's company, and he said, listen, why don't we merge everything into one? I'll come up, run the day-to-day to Suburban Noize Records. You make me a partner in the label, and I'll kind of run the day-to-day, and we'll give you guys ownership in SRH. So they issued a stock certificate, saying that we own so many shares in SRH, and cool, that's all good, all for one for all, you know what I mean? It felt like it was a good move, and, it's cool to have ownership in a clothing company and have the label going. It's a little weird when your manager's your label, but at that time, we were all working for a common cause, and it felt like we were all on the same team in a very unified front, So as we started to grow as a label, we started acquiring acts and putting out different groups, and the label grew, and Cottonmouth Kings grew, SRH grew, and, things magnified, and somewhere in the mid-2000s, I don't know, 2007, 2008, we toured heavy and hard, SRH was really blowing up, and we had like a band meeting, like, hey, so we own part of the company, but we never been paid anything, like what's up with you guys are making millions of dollars, and we're supposed to own part of this company, so what's up, right? I mean, it's not necessarily about the money, but when there's money rolling in, we expect it to be distributed around properly and in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So no money got distributed, we're just paying we'll pay your taxes, and keep in mind, as my partner now at the label, and then so I started finding out some funny business, like when we were on the road, our domains and our trademarks came up to get registered, and he registered the domains and trademarks in his own personal name. So I came back and I found out about it, and I said, hey, Kevin, what the fuck? Why'd you put our trademark and our domain in your personal name? Like, that needs to be in the Cottonmouth Kings name. That's our domain. That's our trademark, You're a fucking manager. What do you mean you put it in your name? Oh, no, you guys were on the road. I just didn't want it to lapse, so, I just put in my name just to, make sure it didn't expire, I'll transfer it back, no problem. Cool. Okay, well, let's transfer that back. Boom, give him the paperwork, blah, blah, blah. Tells me he transferred it back. Come to find out 2 years later, he never transferred it back.
Okay.
SRH isn't paying any money, right? So now we're in 2010, and I'm like, wait a minute. D-Loc, as you know, there's probably a time period where you realize D-Loc started wearing like Hostility and some other brands. Well, the reason that was is because the band, D-Loc, said, listen, what's up? SRH isn't paying us anything? Like, I thought we owned part of this company, and you're our manager. And like I said, it's not about the money. It's about the principle. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So now it becomes personal. And D-Loc, so listen, and Kevin says, well, SRH, we're not going to give you guys any money. And that kind of rubbed the band the wrong way. Like, what? We've been blowing you up. Your logo's on everything, and you don't want to give us any money, and we own shares. We supposedly, they turn out to be junk bonds. It's called securities fraud. It's actually a federal crime to issue people fake, bogus stock certificates, So this is our manager, so we start to get, there's some behind the scenes, some bad feelings going down, and which led to a lot of internal things. You probably, ties into the Pakalika thing being disgruntled, the D-Loc thing, and Cottonmouth Kings started having internal problems. It was tied into a lot of this, okay? And so, once again, the domain and trademark is still in this motherfucker's name. So I'm like, Kevin, you need to sign. You told me you signed that back over to me. Not to me, to the band. That's the band's property, So it took 2 years behind the scenes trying to get our domain and trademark transferred back to us. And this from our manager and our partner. Now, in the middle of all this, all of a sudden the money stops. Cottonmouth Kings isn't getting any more royalties anymore. You know what I mean? We put out a lot of records. How many records? 25 records, sold over 2 million records. It's not about the money, it's about the principle. What do you mean we're not getting, or the royalties just stopped? You're not paying us? So I started, getting phone calls from the head PEs and all the other bands on the label, because I founded the label and it's in my name, and everyone get hearing the same story. Well, we haven't received royalties, and we haven't got any royalty statements. We haven't done this and that. Same story with everybody, So, and meanwhile, he launches Regime Management using Suburban Noize funds, Suburban Noize money to start his management company. He's paying for the management company and all these other side bills, merchandise, and all this crazy shit for these other bands he's managing with Suburban Noize's money, with my money, our money. When you're a partnership, it's a 50-50 partnership. That's like if me and you had a partnership and we were doing a radio show together, and the radio show started making money, and I started going out and buying apartment buildings with the radio show money and cutting you out of it, you'd be like, what the fuck you doing? Not cool. So I look into it. Things are getting worse and worse, and there's bad blood, and I go look into the books. I had an accountant that worked at the label, calls me up and says, hey, man, I got to quit. There's some not cool shit going down. You need to get your books looked at. So I get my books looked at. Come to find out, he's basically taking money out of the company without my authorization. Large sums of money, Find out people aren't being paid properly. These are huge issues. I found out the trademark's still not in our name. The domain, we finally got transferred over. I go to the dude's house and I say, listen, this is it. We have all these artists. We can't do business anymore like this. We're supposed to be a partnership. You're supposed to be our manager. And I give him the paper again for the trademark. Now, keep in mind, this is going on 5 years with this bullshit. Dude, sign this paper. This thing's fucking over. And the money you took out of the company, you need to put back and make it right. Do you understand that you can't take money out of this partnership without my authorization? Just like I can't go take money out of the partnership without your authorization. Okay, so fast forward. Here we are, 2012, whatever. Things are getting really bad. You got to understand there's a lot of tension. Like, dudes want to, people aren't happy in the band that this dude's been fucking us over like this. So I'm trying to keep the peace, work it out, but it's not getting worked out. So I said, listen, obviously we can't work together anymore. But I need to see the books to verify all these claims from Head PE and from, all these other bands on the label, that Dirtballs and your Big B's and everybody who are claiming they haven't gotten royalty reports in years, I own this label. My obligation is to make sure the artists get paid. It's a record label. These are my people that I tour with and have personal relationships with. I know their families. I know their kids. If they're not getting paid properly, that means something to me. I look into it, find out they're not getting paid properly. So we got to fix this problem. I need the book. He's not giving me the books. What do you mean you're not giving me the books? It's my company. I want to see the books. I have an accountant and a business manager, and I want to audit the books. He doesn't give me the books. What the fuck are you hiding? I need to see the books. Everyone has the same story. Everyone said they haven't been paid. I know I haven't been paid. I know Cottonmouth Kings haven't been paid in years. I know you still are fucking holding the trademark in your fucking name like you told me you signed over multiple times. I know SRH hasn't paid us fucking shit. So now you're a liar to me. You're lying to my face. And you're stealing. To me, this is what I call stealing. You know what I mean? This is my version. That's my interpretation. You know what I mean? So this is my perspective of what's going down.
Okay.
Okay? So then I come to find out the SRH festivals that we've been doing all these years, Suburban Noize Records has been paying for them. All the stuff will come out in the public, you know, when this thing goes, when I file this lawsuit, because I've been left with no choice, because there's only two ways to go with this. You know, and I got a family. I appreciate my freedom, so I'm going to go the legal route and do it the right way. My intention is to make sure if Sub Noize owes any artist money, I want to make sure they get paid. Cottonmouth Kings is owed money, I want to make sure they get paid. Pretty simple.
Okay.
I need the books to verify that the artists are being paid. Now, this is going on for 8 months. I haven't been getting the books. They've been getting little pieces of the books here and there, here and this. I've had to hire, so I hire some lawyers to help me get the books. Still don't get the books. There's a fucking problem. You understand this? I own the company. I found a label. Now, I'm not getting access to the books of the company I own? What the fuck are you hiding? Everything I'm finding doesn't look good. Everything I'm finding says no good. Money's going to the wrong places. People aren't getting paid. Fuck, it's all bad. It's all bad. That's where we're at.
Okay, so that's the current standing of the situation, is that the lawsuit is in the process of being filed?
Lawsuit is in the process of being filed. I've given this person, my partner, former manager, every opportunity to make this right, to give me the books. Look, I just want to fix this problem. I have an obligation to the artist. I'm ready to move on in life, start a new label. Whatever I want to do, I don't want to do it with you because I don't trust you, you know?
Okay.
I can't do business with somebody I don't trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My name's attached to this. So these artists are looking at me, calling me, going, what's up? I haven't fucking been paid. So I'm trying to look into it, but I'm not getting the books.
Okay.
My legal bills are going up because we're trying to get the books. Still don't have all the books. We have partial books, and the partial books that I have don't look good. I'll just say things are not the way they're supposed to be. On behalf of all the artists and myself, I want to fix this problem. Now, he don't want me to fix this problem because I'm not even going to speculate why he doesn't want to fix the problem. It's pretty simple. Give me the books. Let me verify the artists. Anybody's due money, I want to make sure that they get paid what they're owed. If you take money out of the company, put it back in, we go our separate ways, but it's pretty simple. I've been asking, how do you not give me the books? I'm the owner, I'm the founder of the company, and I can't get the books because you're doing some shady fucking bullshit? I don't get down like that, dude. I'm a man of honor and dignity. I don't steal from people. It's just not in my DNA. And I'm not down to be any part of anything that's like that. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. We'll file this thing soon. All the facts are there. It'll be free for the public to read. We have a website. All the information will be up there. That's it.
Okay, now one of the things, and again, you've been coming back around talking about, you know, the issues that have been having with, you know, some of the other artists who haven't been paid. Since this whole story has broken publicly in the last few months, have you had any contact with the other artists still on Sub Noize, the Head P, Potluck, Big B, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, of course. But my conversation with them are just simply, I just need to know who's. Big B, have you been paid? When's the last time you seen a detailed royalty statement? Wow. Fuck, I didn't know. Thank you. Well, do you mind if I look into it on your behalf? Head P, Jared, what? You haven't seen a royalty statement in 5 years? That's fucking, what? Why didn't you tell me this before? Okay, well, I'll look into this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. And again, from one of the things that we had been wondering about in the days and weeks.
You tell me, when the fuck does a manager come out and make a statement? The fuck are you talking about? You're a fucking manager. You're coming out making public statements, trying to fucking do damage control. I mean, it's absurd.
I was going to address Kevin Zinger's public statement. I do have some questions regarding that. But one of the things that I was wondering was that I was curious about when, again, as the days and weeks as this unfolded, why haven't some of the other artists that are still on Subnoise, again, Potluck, Head PE, Big B, why haven't we seen them leaving Subnoise in your footsteps and kind of following suit? Like, I know that myself and a lot of other people, once this broke, were kind of expecting sort of a mass exodus from Subnoise.
Well, let's just say that I'm doing my due diligence. It's called an audit. I want to present the artist with all the facts. It's kind of hard to present them with the facts when my partner won't give me the books. But I have an auditor, and we have a lot of facts, and we're going to get all the facts. And Jared from Head PE, here's a fine example. Jared, months and months, this is back fucking in October. He's like, listen, man, I'm not comfortable. I've been paid in 5 years. I just want off the label. I'm all, no problem. He's all, well, Kevin Zinger said, you got to sign the release or I can't get released. I said, send it over to me. You could ask Jared yourself. Call him. I signed the letter and sent it back within 5 minutes. Of course, dude. Of course you don't want to be there. I understand. You haven't been paying 5 years. I won't want to be here. Here's your release, Jared. Thank you for everything you've done for us, dude. It's been amazing. You've been a great band to tour with, to have on the label. It's been an honor working with you. Thank you for everything you've done. I signed the release. He sends it back over to Kevin Zinger. Kevin doesn't sign that shit. Kevin tries to hold him hostage.
Okay.
He sends him some crazy contract saying that he can't make any claims. All this will come out, dude. All this stuff will come. All the artists will come out and speak when it's time. You know what I mean? But I've asked them not to until we file this lawsuit. You know what I mean? And it's close enough. That's why I know we're supposed to talk a while ago, but I need to get a little farther down the road and see if the dude is going to try and make this thing right before I have to file. I don't want to file lawsuits. I hate fucking the system. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Now circling.
But at this point, I have no choice. You know what I mean? So you will. I mean, I'll go on. The good news is I've created a business model for the future that is based on 100% transparency, that will set a standard in the music industry, and the system that I've created and the software that I've built will set a standard in the industry, and anybody who's not using this, you probably should reevaluate who you're doing business with. That's a good lesson. Great lessons are coming from this. I'm thankful for the lessons that I've gotten through this. It's only pushed me to innovate and create even further, and really take a step back and take in all this digital stuff that's happening, and because the record business is a little dated from the contracts to the way the whole deal's being ran. It needs to catch up with technology. You know what I mean? So I've been working on with the tech company, developing software and a new label. When it's time, I'll launch that, and that's where I put my energy into, making a lot of music right now. I'm not putting anything up. I'm just, Kevin Zinger's trying to hold the Cottonmouth Kings hostage, where we can't put out any music for a year. I mean, just scumbag shit, you know what I mean? Scumbag, like, bottom of the barrel kind of stuff. It'll come out. We'll release all this when it comes out. We're going to release a website called Free the Kings. It will have the lawsuit up there. It will have all the true facts. It will have facts. Nothing but the truth, nothing but facts.
Oh, okay. Now circling back around to, like, you had mentioned a public statement that Kevin Zinger had made, and so I did want to reference some of the things in there. Now, you were saying that you had wanted to, you had said it a little bit earlier that you were trying to find a way to work through this situation without having to actually follow through and file the lawsuit. And one of the things that Kevin Zinger said in his public statement was that he had been trying to, quote unquote, sit down with you, have a man-to-man conversation, have a face-to-face conversation, but
Yes.
that you weren't receptive to that. Would you agree that that's the case?
Whoa. Let me tell you what I told him from day one. Give me the books so I could go through them and we could sit down and have a meeting about them. Now, with that being said, I've already sat and met with them twice, but I still don't have the books.
Okay.
So I said, for us to have a conversation about how to fix this problem, I need all the information. Why are you withholding the books from me? I need the books. I need the information. I need the accounting. I need the third-party verification. I need the distribution statements. I need everything that I need to be able to have that conversation. So if you don't give me that information, what's there to talk about? Here you tell me more lies? I'm supposed to go out your word? You've done nothing but lie to me for the last fucking... Your word's no good with me no more. I want the fucking books. Your word, I don't want to sit here and hear you jab and talk about, this, that, the other thing. I want to see the facts. I want the paper. I want to see the fucking books. I want to see the accounting. Give me the books. Then we can talk.
Okay. All right.
That's it. That's simple. He could try to spin some fucking bullshit that I don't want to meet. I said, give me the books. Let me get them evaluated by professionals because I'm not an accountant. But I have some fucking really good accountants now, and I'm ready for the books. 8 months later, I still don't have the books. So here's what I do. Now I got to file a lawsuit and subpoena the books because I still have to answer to my bandmates and Jared from Head PE and Big D. You know what I mean? I plan on being around a long time in this music industry.
Okay. So, and now, from what you've said about how this whole thing is unfolded, about the unethical behavior has been unfolding for years now, and so what in Zinger's public statement, he seems to say that this whole thing started when there was a memorial event thrown for Pakalika to benefit his family, and he said that he took personal issue with you and a couple other band members who didn't show up to the memorial event, and that was why he decided to stop managing the Kings, and then that's what led to this current lawsuit. But you're saying that these issues have gone back.
Hey, you know what? That's great. Kevin Zinger can paint whatever picture he wants. Number one, he threw a club event at the Key Club, okay?
Okay.
Any event that Kevin Zinger was throwing, I wanted, me nor my band members wanted to be within 100 miles of that event. We love Pakalika. We're devastated when he passed away. We had a ceremony for Pakalika. So him trying to play in the public like we didn't go to Kevin Zinger's fucking SRH fucking party you threw? No, fuck, we didn't go. Hell no. I know what kind of turmoil he caused between us and Pakalika. Our relationship with Pakalika is our relationship. You know what I mean? We rode with him for 15 years. We had our issues. Most of them were financial. Most of them had to do with some of the issues I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speak on the man, and he's no longer around to talk about him. I'll say one thing, that we were devastated when Pakalika passed. We're still devastated. We love Pakalika. We love his family. We cherish our time we spent together. And if somebody's trying to spin that for some weird psychological fucking whatever this dude is doing, it's right in line with everything else. But for him to even bring Pakalika into this, in his passing, to me, is just, that's out of bounds. You know what I mean? That's like, that shows you who you're dealing with.
Okay. So
that shows you what type of person you're dealing with.
So the roots of this issue that, we're all seeing come to light now, the seeds had been sown long before, this Pakalika memorial event or before any of that.
Way before, long before.
Okay.
dating back to 2005, 2006, 2007, with the trademarks and with the domains being registered in his name. Now, let me tell you another thing. This dude has done deals on the Cottonmouth Kings in 2008 on the Cottonmouth Kings YouTube channel. He's done deals. He's been making money on Cottonmouth Kings YouTube channel without ever telling us and telling me as a partner or the band, and has been collecting checks. I'm not going to get into all the details other than tell you that every way you could rip a band off, we've been ripped off by this dude. And it's all about to come to life.
Okay.
And that's all I'll tell you. I'm not going to get into the details. That'll be in the lawsuit, and that's the facts. The facts are just the facts.
Okay. One of the other things that seemed to kind of become one of the big talking points about this dispute, just in the world of your fans and everybody who's paying attention to this, public conflict, one of the things that really kind of took off and became a big talking point was the rumor that Kevin Zinger had slept with your wife. Now, he lashed out in his public statement saying that was a rumor that you had purposefully started and he didn't explain the reason behind thinking that. But, first of all, is there any validity to that rumor in the first place?
To tell you the truth, I it's funny. I don't, of course, I have a lot of respect and honor for my wife. You know what I mean? I'm not going to disrespect her like that, I don't think there's any truth to that. I don't care if there's any truth to that, because that's just a distraction from what the facts are. Where are the fucking books? I don't want to hear about my wife. I don't want to hear about Pakalika. I don't want to hear about Taxman. I want to hear, where are the fucking books? It's just a distraction. It's a smoke screen.
Okay. So you're saying you're saying that the things that have been presented through the course of this, the rumor about your wife,
everything is a smoke screen, because everything is a distraction from what's really going on here.
Okay.
It's not about some drama and fucking gossip and rumors and all that. This isn't fucking high school. This is fucking grown man business. Where are the fucking books?
Okay. Now, do you... one of the things that people have been wondering is that now that you have split from Subnoize, are you guys already making plans to start a new label and sign artists like you had in the past, or are you waiting to see if Subnoize can be reclaimed and control taken back over?
I definitely, at this point, I could safely say we'll have to figure that out. I really only think the only way that can be sorted out is, from really, to me, the right thing to do. This dude just needs to walk away from the company. Give me the label. I found it back. That would be number one, and let me fix this problem. You know what I mean? But
okay.
If he doesn't want to do that, I'll start another label. I'm not afraid of change. I'm not afraid to start something new. It's probably a good time for a change and something new. So, yes, I have plans on launching a new label, multimedia company, and like I said, I've been working on the software that it's based on 100% transparency for the artists. They'll know where they're at all times. I've been working really hard on this, and so all of this has taught me lessons to how to set up structures in the company. So I'm super excited about the future and and what we're about to get into. But I can't move on and do that until I fix this problem. You know what I mean? I can't walk away and without cleaning up this mess. I got to make sure that all the money is directed to the right places. That the people. I just need to make sure that everything, that this dude, everything's not in this guy's personal name. He's registered our entire catalog of songs in his personal name. But I need to fix that. He's taking those liberties as our manager to do that and behind our back, and I have to fix all of that shit. So I need to re-register everything. I need to at least for the Cottonmouth Kings and for the other groups, I've written up a checklist of things for all the artists that I'll provide them with, the things that they need to know and things that they need to be aware of,
Okay. Have there been any official dates set as far as like when you guys are actually planning to file the suit? You were talking about the big site that was going to make the announcement with the details of the suit and everything. Is that still being figured out, the fine details, or do you guys know when you're going to go live with that?
We know exactly when we're going live with it.
Okay. Do you care to disclose when that'll be?
We'll let you know on Friday.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, X. I think that may be all the questions I have for you right now. Is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, it's just pretty simple. A lot of stuff's been blown out of proportion. It's sad. It's disgusting to me. You know what I mean? It's we do this we love making music. We love doing this, but for somebody to operate on this level is just not in sync with our energy field. Definitely not with my energy field. Hey, but maybe in this world we live in, maybe that's good business to fuck people over. I mean, maybe that's big business and corporations. They seem to have no problem with it. Maybe I'm out of touch with how business is supposed to be ran. You know what I mean? But to me, I still think that you can't erase the human factor of the artists and the people that make the records and the people that get out there and tour. And I can't have anything to do with anything that has anything to do with not treating the artists properly, period. I've never lost sight of that from the beginning. That's the only reason I will continue to say, get me the book so I can verify these claims that all these artists have. If people are disappointed about this, I totally understand. I'm disappointed. If people are confused, I hope this gives some clarity to the situation, and it'll be even more clear when we file this lawsuit, because it'll be public information. The lawsuit will be up on this website for people to read, and the facts are just going to be the facts. It's not about the rumors. It's not about the gossip. It's just about the facts. We're united. Cottonmouth Kings are united and strong. We got plans to move forward in the future, and this will work itself out. It's sad because when I founded this label, I founded it to do 50-50 artist-friendly deals, super artist-friendly 50-50 partnerships with artists. You know what I mean? Nobody was doing that. I don't know if anyone's still doing that, but somehow he's found a way to change that. And I'm not cool with it. And I don't want anything to do with Kevin Zinger or any of his entities. I don't do business like that. I don't operate like that as a human being. And that just is what it is. And I guess these are the things that define our character, you know what I mean? So you know where I stand. I'll do fair and honest business, and that's it.
Okay, X, thank you again for taking the time to do this interview, man. We really appreciate it. And from Faygoluvers.net, this has been Daddy X of the Cottonmouth Kings, Big Ian, and we're out.
All right, brother.